Imagine if our colleague at work or that have a higher set skill than you and corrects you on something that you should improve or do better, and you think, oh, this person said something, I feel like punching this person in the face right now. Because the moment you're gonna feel like that, but that's not the way to go. Hello, welcome. Today let's talk about criticism. Mainly, simply, to put it simply, is people's opinion. But there is a constructive criticism and there is a destructive criticism. So how do you tell? So in this video, we're going to get into it, give you the similarities and the differences. They both challenge your ideas, character, and ability. The main difference is how opinions are being delivered. For constructive, number one, it points out your mistake and also shows you areas of improvement. While destructive is there to hurt your feelings, is there to hurt your pride, and can have negative effects on your self-esteem and confidence. The difference: constructive gives you the comments in a way that also provides you with improvement, while destructive are comments that are there to hurt your pride. They can hurt your pride. They're mostly negative comments, and they can lower your self-esteem and confidence. With destructive as well, it can lead to anger, resentment, in the long run, severing relationships. So it can lead to anger, resentment towards the other person, constantly giving these negative comments, which at the end of the day will damage the relationship. It is often thoughtlessness by another person, which can be malicious and deliberate. But for constructive criticism, we can always use that to our advantage, because if you handle it the right way, you can achieve a lot of benefits from that criticism, especially if it's constructive. And constructive criticism can hurt as well, but easier to accept than destructive criticism, and should always be viewed as a feedback. Imagine if our colleague at work or that have a higher set skill than you and corrects you on something that you should improve or do better, and you think, oh, this person said something, I feel like punching this person in the face right now. Because the moment you're gonna feel like that, but that's not the way to go. Because if you want to go far in life, you have to learn to accept other people's opinions without being aggressive about it, especially in the area of your professional life. You don't want to mess it up, you don't want to ruin it. How will you even like upgrade? Because you're constantly changing, and even your skill, you constantly have to improve on it. You have to do better. So if somebody who employs you or your colleague sees that you're not doing this as being taught, or you're not following instructions, that could hamper your career. That could hamper the way they see you as that person that is not willing to learn. And I don't think anybody want that kind of person in their organization. But viewing it in a positive way can help you, take the notes and understand what you can do better and how to do it better next time in order to avoid same errors. And improving our self-esteem and being assertive can help us handle criticism well. So imagine, you see, self-esteem is a recurring fact. Self-esteem is a recurring theme. We always have to have that self-esteem and be assertive to stand up for the right thing, but doing it but not aggressively. so that the next person can easily understand your point, and you're able to put your point across and confident in your points and decisions and your skill set. So basically, these are the differences between constructive and destructive criticism. With destructive, of course, you always let that comment sweep under the rug and not even think about it. But with constructive, we should always learn how to handle it and use it to our advantage and improve our development, either personally or professionally, across all board. In summary, constructive criticism are there to point out your mistakes and help you improve, while destructive are there to hurt your feelings and constantly attack you, hurting your self-esteem and confidence. And you got to always learn to differentiate which one it is when people give you their opinions, because you know what, not all opinions matter, but some opinions can help you grow. So never put all opinions in one box or one bracket. Learn to accept the good ones and ignore the negative ones. Now we'll be talking about how to handle criticism, whether constructive or destructive, but how to handle it in general before going into the constructive criticism part. First, when you encounter an opinion, you stay calm. I know when someone tells us something we don't like or something that goes against our opinion, our natural reaction is to just react, being angry, react like, what do you mean? Like this, da 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 da. Why will you say this? Blah 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 blah. Nah. See, watch. Somebody is talking to you. This is how you just act. So when you stay calm, why are you doing this? Then number two, you listen. Without talking, you just listen. Right? As you're listening to them talking, you determine their intent, which is number three. You determine the intent. While determining the intent, it pushes us to our fourth point, which is differentiating between constructive or destructive criticism. And all this, you're doing it while still keeping quiet, not responding yet. Watching them, staying calm, listening, you've determined the intent. Now you've determined that it's either constructive or destructive. If it's destructive, you got to stay away from that person and find ways to spend less time with such person. While if it's constructive criticism, you act on it. You look for ways to improve and you use it to your advantage. And then I will leave you with this quote. I think it's from Dale Carnegie. How to Win Friends and Influence People. And it goes like this: any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain, but it takes character and self-control to be understanding and forgiving. Bye.